Hello, my wonderful super techies, Mrs. Breen here. So today's lesson is Introduction to Coding. Let's learn how to code. First, let's start off with our vocabulary words. Code, to write a code or give a set of instructions to a computer. Debugging, finding fixing problems in an algorithm or a program. A program, an algorithm that has been coded. Coding languages is a formal language comprised of a set of instructions that produce various kinds of output. Programming languages are used in computer programming to implement algorithms. Computer operations is an action that is carried out to establish a given task: inputting, processing, outputting, storing, and controlling. Front-end development coding manages everything that the user visually sees first in their browser or application. However, the back-end development coding refers to the server side of the application and everything that communicates between the database and the browser. Our learning objectives for this class and this lesson is: what language does computers speak? How can we communicate with a computer? What is coding and how does it work? Understand how a computer works, types of coding, and what is the difference between front-end and back-end development coding. What language does computers speak? Binary code. Binary code used in digital computers based on a binary number system in which there are only two possible states, on and off, usually symbolized by ones and zeros. A binary code signal is a series of electronic pulses that represent numbers, characters, and operations to be performed. In binary code, each decimal number between 0 and 9 is represented by a set of 4 binary digits or bits. But how can we communicate with a computer if it only understands binary code? We communicate with a computer by using a keyboard. The keyboard, as an example here, when you press a key, it presses a switch, completing a circuit and allowing a tiny bit of current to flow through it. The mechanism action of the switch causes some vibration, which is called bounce, which the processor filters out. So when you click on the letter T, it actually switches it to the binary code language that the computer can understand. But what is coding? Coding is a process of assigning a code to something for a classification or identification. It also is the process or action of writing computer programs. Having computers operate a series of code is like teaching someone how to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich or how to tie their shoes. As computers are just machines, they need instructions. That's where code comes to play. As the hardware runs the computer, the code gives the instructions on how and what to do when you ask it to. As we all know what a computer does, when we look at a computer like this is actually the hardware. What is the coding and how does it work? Well, in actuality, coding is the process of using a programming language to get the computer to behave how you want it to. There are a number of types of coding programs that we can use. One is HTML, which actually we know because we visit websites all the time. Another one is CSS, JavaScripting, Python, Java, and Ruby. Two of the ones that we actually know all the time is actually block coding. This is something new where this JavaScript is actually embedded into these blocks, and this is how we learn. The difference between front-end development coding and back-end development coding. In short, the front-end developer works on the user side of the application. This means that you will be coding websites, games, and any software or application that people can see. For example, the front-end web developer most likely coded the website that you are using right now. However, the back-end development coding is what we don't see. As one might imagine, back-end developers manage the back end of the applications or all the things that take place behind the scenes. Some of the coding languages that are used for this is Python, Java, and Ruby. We first learn visual block programming. But underneath this block programming is JavaScript, as you can see from this picture. Here's the block, or what I call blocky coding, and underneath it, it actually formulates into the JavaScript. So let's get started. Our activities can be found on the interactive digital choice boards that I created for you. Each space has a different coding activity. You will need to complete all spaces in a line to win. Ready, set, go. The first digital coding choice board I made is for K through second grade. This one, each image that you click on actually is a hyperlink and will hyperlink you to the game to play. Make sure that you follow the numbers to learn each skill along the way. The next digital choice board is actually for third through fifth grade. To play the bingo coding lesson, you have to complete 3 spaces. Click on each image to play each game and turn in. Remember, when you are done, each lesson will actually give you a certification of completion. Make sure you save this and send it to me. Lastly, remember you have to do the exiting ticket. This exiting ticket link will be available for you, and there'll be a series of questions for you about vocabulary words, how you rate your understanding and how hard you worked today, and also things that you could do better in the future for these types of lessons, and then help me if you didn't understand something. Enjoy!